When I mentioned to her that she was too close with her male best friend, she responded, "You're just insecure. He's been in my life longer than you," and then added, "If you force me to choose, I'll always choose him." So I didn't force her to decide. I just packed my things and left. 3 weeks later, she showed up at my door crying. "Hey everyone, a quick thank you. Over 14% of you are already subscribed, and it really means a lot. If you're new here and enjoy these stories, consider joining us by hitting that subscribe button. We're aiming for 10,000. Honestly, I'm still processing everything that happened. I'm Chris, 27, an electrician. This whole situation unfolded last month. I was with Vanessa for 2 years, she's 25, a graphic designer, and lives in an apartment downtown that her parents helped pay for. She seemed nice, or so I thought. When we started dating, she talked about her male best friend, Brandon. They had been friends since high school, and went to college together. She called him like a brother. That should have been a warning sign. Brandon, 26, is a sales guy who drives a BMW his dad bought him. He's the typical pretty boy who thinks every woman wants him. But Vanessa insisted he was different, a loyal friend who had always been there for her. In the first few months, I didn't think much of it. Everyone has old friends. But Brandon's idea of friendship was strange. He'd message Vanessa nonstop. Morning, noon, and night, no matter what we were doing. She always replied right away. On date nights, while we were having dinner, she'd be texting Brandon about work drama. During movies, her phone would buzz with his comments about whatever sports game he was watching. Doesn't that seem excessive? I asked one night after her phone buzzed for the 10th time. We've always talked a lot. That's just how we are, she said. But it wasn't just texting. Brandon would show up whenever he wanted. We could be cooking dinner, and he'd walk in with takeout, saying he thought we might want some company. We could be enjoying a quiet evening, and he'd arrive needing to vent about work issues. He had no respect for personal space. Vanessa never seemed to mind. Maybe he could call first, I suggested after another surprise visit. He's always welcome here. Brandon's been in my life way longer than you. There it was the hierarchy. The length of friendship dictated importance. What struck me was how at ease they were with each other. Vanessa would snuggle up next to Brandon on the couch during movies. She'd take food from his plate at restaurants. He'd give her long hugs that felt more intimate than friendly. I commented after one of these hugs, but she brushed it off, saying they were just affectionate. Yet she wasn't like that with anyone else, just Brandon got that special treatment. Things intensified when Brandon started having relationship issues. He'd been dating a girl named Sarah, and things weren't going well. Guess who became his personal therapist? Vanessa would spend hours on the phone with him, discussing his dating life, hours that used to be ours. She'd give him advice about other women, help him text, even pick out outfits for dates. Why is he asking his female friend for dating advice? I questioned. I understand women better than his guy friends, he said. That made sense, until Brandon started asking for more than advice. Last month, we had a weekend trip planned. Nothing extravagant, just a cabin upstate for some time together. On Friday afternoon, as I was loading the car, Vanessa came out looking stressed. We might need to postpone the trip. Why? Brandon called. Sarah broke up with him. He's really upset and needs me. He's an adult. He can handle a breakup. Chris, that's cold. When your best friend is hurting, you show up. What about showing up for your boyfriend? You have me all the time. Do I? Because it seems like Brandon has you whenever he wants. That sparked our biggest argument yet. Vanessa accused me of being jealous and insecure, saying Brandon had earned his place in her life through years of friendship. Boyfriends come and go, but Brandon is permanent. If you make me choose between you and Brandon, I'll always pick him. She said it without hesitation, like it was obvious. You'd always pick him? Yes. He's been my constant for 8 years. You've been here too. So, boyfriends ranked by how long they've been around? Apparently, I was just another guy passing through while Brandon was forever. I got it. Brandon first, me second. That's not what I meant. It's exactly what you meant. I drove home and started packing. There wasn't much to pack since I had my own place. Good thing, too. Vanessa called 20 times while I was tossing clothes in boxes. I didn't answer. Around 10 p.m., she arrived at my apartment. Chris, let's be reasonable about this. We were reasonable. You said you'd always choose Brandon. I was being hypothetical. No, you were being honest. I don't want to lose you, but you're not willing to set boundaries with Brandon either. I shouldn't have to choose. You're right. You shouldn't. That's why I'm choosing for you. Vanessa kept arguing, but I was done listening. She had made her priorities clear: Brandon first, everyone else second. Then I had an idea. You really think Brandon's just an innocent friend? Of course he is. Prove it. Call him right now. Why? Tell him we broke up. See how he reacts. Chris, that's stupid. If he's really just your friend, it shouldn't be a problem. Fine. She pulled out her phone and dialed. Hey, Brandon. Yeah, I know it's late. Chris and I broke up. No, I'm not okay. I could hear Brandon getting excited through the phone. Now, tell him you want to forget everything tonight. What? Tell him you want to get a hotel room and talk. That's disgusting. Brandon would never. Then it shouldn't be a problem saying it. Ew. No. He's my friend. Prove it. Show me how innocent your friendship is. Vanessa looked at me like I was crazy. Brandon would never agree to that. Then call his bluff. Fine, but when he says no, you owe me an apology. She got back on the phone. Brandon, I just want to forget everything tonight. Maybe we could get a room and just talk. The shift in Brandon's voice was instant. Even I could hear his excitement. That sounds perfect. 6. I know this great place downtown. I can be there in 15 minutes. This is exactly what you need right now. Vanessa's face went pale. Actually, Brandon, never mind. I'm just emotional. Talk tomorrow. She hung up, looking stunned. Still think he's innocent? I asked. Her phone started buzzing immediately, text after text from Brandon. Changed your mind? I'm already getting dressed. This could be really good for us. I've been waiting for you to see Chris. Was it right for you? I'll grab champagne and meet you there. Text me the address. He was already planning the whole evening. Within minutes of thinking we broke up, Vanessa was staring at her phone in shock. This can't be real. Your innocent best friend just jumped at the chance to be with you the second he thought I was out of the picture. I had no idea, she said, because you didn't want to see it. More texts kept pouring in, with Brandon getting more aggressive about wanting to meet up, saying he'd waited long enough, and tonight could be perfect for them. Chris, I'm so sorry. I had no idea he felt this way. I did. That's why I kept mentioning boundaries. I thought you were just being jealous. I was being realistic. Can we fix this now that I know what Brandon's really like? Fix what? You still chose him over me. I was wrong about Brandon. You were wrong about a lot of things, including how to treat your boyfriend. Vanessa started crying, but I was done. She'd spent 2 years ignoring my concerns and prioritizing Brandon. Finding out he was predatory didn't change how she treated me. I'll cut ties with Brandon completely. Too late. Why? Because this was never just about Brandon. It was about you choosing him over me every time. I told her to leave. She begged and cried, but I was finished. She had made her choice when she said she'd always pick Brandon. The next few weeks were peaceful, no constant texting interruptions, no surprise visits from Brandon, no girlfriend canceling plans because her male best friend needed emotional support. Then last week, Vanessa showed up at my apartment, crying. Chris, you have to help me. With what? Brandon won't leave me alone. Ever since that night, he thinks we're meant to be together. Apparently, once Brandon thought he had a chance, he went into full stalker mode, showing up at her work, sending flowers to her apartment, posting on social media about how they were meant to be. He kept saying he'd waited 8 years, and now it was his turn. Sounds like your best friend showed his true colors. I had to file for a restraining order 2 weeks ago. Good for you, Chris. You were right about everything. Can we please try again? No. Why not? Because you spent 2 years putting Brandon before me. Him being a creep doesn't change that. I know better now. You know Brandon's bad news. You still don't know how to prioritize a relationship. She kept begging, but I wasn't interested. Discovering that Brandon was predatory didn't erase 2 years of feeling like a second choice. I heard through mutual friends that Brandon had been telling people for months he was just waiting for Vanessa to dump the loser boyfriend. He'd been actively trying to undermine our relationship while pretending to be the supportive friend. I also heard from one of Vanessa's college roommates that Brandon had pulled similar stunts with other girls in their friend group, always playing the patient best friend until they were vulnerable, then making his move. Vanessa was just his latest target. She was still dealing with the aftermath of Brandon's harassment, having to change her work schedule, and temporarily move back in with her parents. Good for her. Maybe her next boyfriend won't have to compete with predatory male friends. Meanwhile, I'm dating someone who doesn't have any male best friends trying to take advantage. Someone who knows the difference between friendship and manipulation. Vanessa got exactly what she asked for. She chose Brandon over me. The fact that Brandon turned out to be a stalker was just an added consequence. I got what I deserved. To someone who actually puts me first. Sometimes, the trash takes itself out. You just have to wait for it to happen. Vanessa is still dealing with the legal process, apparently. I found that out from her sister, whom I ran into at the grocery store last week. I know I did. When someone shows you where you stand in their priorities, believe them the first time.